It's day 8 and I am officially heading southbound on the PCT. If you missed yesterday's vlog, tagged the border, finally. Seems like forever in the making, but we did it. And now the plan is head back to Hart's Pass, drop back into Mazama for a night, grab my bear can and resupply, and then figure it out from there. I'll let you know when I figure it out beyond that. But I do need to tell a kind of crazy, weird, scary incident that happened last night at camp. First time I've ever had something like this happen. It was so weird. So we have been warned that like the deer around this campsite were very like not scared of humans and like not skittish, would like approach and most certainly will like be around and making noises. And you know, like that can be scary enough as it is, because like anytime you hear a large something other walking around camp, the thought is this a bear? Like, should I be scared? Or like, is this a deer? And like just annoyed. But I slept with my headphones in, my earbuds, had just like a little bit of like white noise going. So I really didn't hear too much of it. Like I heard a little bit of it here and there, but around 1:30, I had to pee. And so I take my headphones out, didn't hear anything. I stick my head out of my vestibule door and I'm looking around, have my headlamp on. I don't see anything. So I'm like, okay, coast is clear. And in true hiker fashion, you know, I just took like 15 steps outside of my tent, squatted and peed. Like I'm not about to like walk through the woods to go find a tree to hide behind at 1:30 a.m. So there I am, squatting to pee. And mid pee, I look up with my headlamp. I see two beady eyes looking at me. Couldn't have been more than 8 feet away from me. Like if I reached out my arm and he reached out his snoot, we would have been touching. And so I'm like, okay, all good. You stay there. I'm gonna finish peeing. We're good. No, what does he do? He starts walking towards me. I'm like, bro, you're close enough. And so I'm still peeing at this point. I'm mid squat, hobbling back to my tent while still peeing. And he's still walking towards me. And finally I finish peeing and dive back into my tent. I don't know why. Like my tent is going to protect me if something actually happened. Like, I don't know, my tent feels so safe. But in reality, it's just like a very, very thin sheet of fabric. Anyways, so I dive back into my tent. I'm like, whew, he almost got me. Crisis averted. And then what do I hear? The deer drinking my urine, slurping it up like it's chocolate milk. I was horrified. I was disgusted. I was confused. But most of all, I was like, I've got my pee rag in my tent with me. Is he gonna come for my tent next? And luckily, he didn't, that I know of, because I put my earbuds back in. I said, out of sight, out of mind. And I went right back to sleep. But that was a pretty crazy experience. I didn't know that deer did that. I don't know. Doesn't quite seem normal to me, but it was pretty wild. Anyways, I just thought I'd share that fun little anecdote to start the day. I'm in a good mood today. Weather's great. Got some big climbs today. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hot. But I'm heading southbound, so I got no worries. So the plan today is only about to do like 13 miles, but if I get there a little early, maybe I'll push on and do a little further. I'll keep you guys posted along the way. Such a diversity of little wildflowers. We got red ones, purple ones, white ones, yellow ones. And they're just so cute. They're popping up everywhere. I feel like the further we head south, we're going to start seeing like big fields of them. Took a little side trail down to Hopkins Lake this morning. And wow, that is stunning. Definitely worth a 0.2 off trail. Man, I kind of wish I would have camped here last night so I could jump in the water. It's so beautiful. I bet it's ice cold because it's all snow runoff. You can see straight to the bottom though, like it's so clear. It's so stunning. It's very buggy here. I don't know if the camera will pick up all the like swarming that's going on. That's another reason why I'm like, maybe I shouldn't jump in. Because just as soon as I get out, it's gonna be mayhem. But wow, I'm really glad I stopped by. This is beautiful. Really loving all these like diverse plants that we don't have on the East Coast. Very cool to see. Also, does anybody know what these like big leafy plants are? I know that they get really tall. This one right here too. They get tall and they look like they maybe bloom at the top, but we haven't seen any that are in full bloom yet. Just curious because I've seen tons of them along the trail and they're big, beautiful leaves. And also, I may or may not have wiped my butt with one the other day, so I don't think they're poisonous because everything turned out fine, but now I'm just curious what they are. We were thinking maybe some kind of like lily of sorts, but if anybody has any ideas, let me know in the comments, please. So we're working on our switchbacks, but we're heading up here. We just saw a little tiny hiker right up here. So we know that this is kind of our high point for the day. That's the point that's over 7,000 feet in elevation. And then here's the lake down here through the trees. We'll be able to see it better from the top, but beautiful. We made it back to Devil's Staircase. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but the trail, it pretty much goes up all that snow right there. A lot of people have been like kind of going around it because the switchbacks are still not really identifiable, but honestly from this angle it still looks very daunting. But this is the hardest part of our day, so once we get past this, we'll be cruising down to Rock Pass and then just the big climb back up through Rock Pass, and that's pretty much it. So we're moving and grooving. All right, about halfway up. Hawkins Lake is way down there. You can't see it from this angle, but snow feels like it's melted quite a bit even from yesterday. This is our high point here for the day and for Washington. So I'm gonna say probably another half mile or so. It honestly hasn't been too bad. Wow. Still got some snowy peaks out there, but mostly melted. These switchbacks are like a little sketchy because it's all just loose rocks, very narrow trail, and then zoop, straight off the mountain, like right here. That right there is just straight down. Hey, there's me. All right, we got about 0.2 until we reach the high point, and then we should be cruising down to Rock Pass. About to hit a couple more snowy patches, but it's really cleared up a lot. Just really thankful and appreciative that we trust our instincts on our first go around and just turned around. Because the more I hike this, the more I'm like, I cannot imagine having to do all this in snowy traverses. Would have taken double as long, double as amount of energy, and just not been fun. Just like it was the first go around. So just feeling really thankful and really excited to be out here and happy. We are making our descent down to the bottom of Rock Pass, and then we'll begin our uphill. I don't know if you can see there in the distance, there's the switchbacks. Let me try to zoom in. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, it looks like mostly snow-free, so that's great. A couple patches there at the top, but definitely looks doable, so should be there in no time. So we're at the bottom of Rock Pass. about to begin the ascent up. I don't know why, but this climb looks so daunting. I think it's just because it's totally exposed. It's only about a mile, so it's really not that much, but there's just no shade. It's pretty hot. The sun is blaring. I don't know. Just not looking forward to it, but I think we've decided that we actually might go a little further today just to get closer to Hart's Pass so we can hopefully get a ride into town earlier tomorrow. So we'll see how far we make it or how we're feeling after this climb, though. I think I deserve a bumper sticker that says, "I survived Rock Pass." That was a slow going, but I made it to the top. And oh gosh, let me not fall off the mountain right quick. Yeah, take a quick rest and then keep on trucking along. Luckily we should have quite a bit of like downhill from here, so that'd be great. But oh man, do not want to do that again, I'll tell you that right now. Once again, if anybody has any connects at Liquid IV, please hit me up. I would love to get some free ones. Please sponsor me. I need it. Also, this popsicle firecracker flavor is so good. It's so good. Definitely give it a try. Not sponsored, but I wish. Look at all the flowers. They're so beautiful. And this view, which I know I've showed so much, but honestly, it deserves some screen time. It's so stunning, and it's definitely giving like Sound of Music vibes. This is like near the campsite where, well, down here in these trees down there, you can see the trail switches back over here, but this is near the campsite where we camped on night 2. So basically just got a big descent until we make it to our next stop, which is Holman Pass. And we were originally planning to camp there for the day. We put us out at like a 13.5 mile day, but honestly, I don't know. I want to get closer to Hart's Pass because I feel like the closer we get to Hart's Pass, the earlier we get there in the morning, the more chance we have at getting the hitch into town. I would really love to get to town tomorrow rather than like camping a night at Hart's Pass. So, but I don't know. We'll just see how we're feeling once we make it to Holman Pass and then make a decision from there. Dinner tonight is mashed potatoes and my leftover chips. And also looking crazy because the mosquitoes are horrible, so I'm trying to like cover my face but make it easy to eat, which cute. Trail fashion right here. So it's just before 5 now, and we have decided to hike another 2.6, 2.7 or so to the next campsite, which will put us at about a 16-mile day today, which is pretty tough, 16 miles. And this last 2.6 is like all uphill, which really is not how I'd prefer to end my day. But that puts us at hopefully a pretty easy 11 miles for tomorrow back into Hart's Pass. And we're gonna try to get up early and grind out some miles. That way, hopefully, we can get a ride into Mazama and we don't have to spend the night at Hart's Pass. That's the plan. It's just tough because, again, that road that leads up to Hart's Pass, it's a 10-mile gravel road up the side of a mountain. So, like, really nobody's coming up there. There's no traffic up there unless it's like weekend hikers. But tomorrow's Sunday. So in my mind, and it's 4th of July weekend, in my mind I'm like, oh, there's definitely a lot of weekend hikers out here. They're gonna be going home tomorrow. We can get a ride if we get there by lunchtime-ish. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, we're gonna try to grind out this last 2.6 miles and then probably crash. Well, we made it to camp, but the unfortunate part about rolling into camp late is you get the less than ideal tent site. It's hard to tell on camera, but just trust me, it's bad. But I'll make it work. I've probably slept in worse. But yeah, did not expect there to be this many people here. Because a lot of people are heading northbound. Oh, well. This is the finished product. Oh, I hope I don't just like tumble down this mountain tonight. I'm sure all night long I'll be like slipping that way. But the actual place where the tent bathtub floor is looked to be somewhat level, so we'll see. I'm also pretty sure that like I'm in the route for the poop trails, so that's great. Love that for me. Just took off my shoes and my heels looking a little purple. That's concerning. It does hurt. Also, oof, my hands are very dirty. Anyways, that's a problem for tomorrow me. So it's the end of day 8 and it is, wait, day 8? Yeah, day 8. And it is just before 8 p.m. I just brushed my teeth, put all my things away, peed one last time, and I'm about to crash. I'm about to sleep so well. I don't have the most ideal tent site as far as like being flat, but it is across the trail from the actual campsite. So everybody else that's like crammed over there has like the squeaky pads and the snoring to deal with. And hopefully I just have nice peace and quiet. Other than all of the flying insects that are currently trying to get in my tent. But hopefully when the sun goes down, they will kind of like disperse. I think I'm gonna sleep with my vestibule open just to like let some airflow in. And our plan tomorrow is to hopefully wake up early and try to hike the 11 miles back to Hearts Pass before lunchtime. I'm hoping that if we get there before lunch or like around lunch that we have good odds of getting a ride back into Mazama before the Mazama Public House closes, which is the only restaurant in town. And I have been daydreaming about the poke bowl there all day today. So if I end up having to stay the night at Hearts Pass tomorrow, I may truly be devastated. But hopefully that doesn't happen. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Night.